This is Andy Purewal for ID Boxing. I'm joined by the supremely talented Hassan Azim here at McGuigan's gym in London. Adam, firstly, how is life? How things going?
Yeah, it's going good. I've been training really hard. Excited for this fight. It's funny because I was sleeping last night and I was throwing punches in my dream. Like I literally was throwing punches like the odd ones here and there. I was thinking, why was I doing that? It's because I've got that buzz and excitement for the fight. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah.
You're excited, and I'm sure the entire kind of boxing fraternity, as it were, is excited. Rylan Charlton, a man in the opposite corner to yourself. It's been a name which has been mentioned for you for a couple of fights now. It's finally here. How much does the name Rylan Charlton whet your appetite because of how much build-up there's been?
You know what, this fight, obviously, I saw it myself on the Sky thing on March. It was in March time. My name came up with Rylan, and obviously I didn't really know nothing about it, but I saw it and I was like, okay, so it'd be good to have this fight in the summer. I think I was going to have this fight in the summer, but obviously we need a bit more longer period for a training camp. So obviously we moved it to winter. So obviously we've got the fight done now. It's made, and now it's official. Now this Sunday, this is where us two, both corners, we're going to step in that ring. And hopefully I'm going for that W. That's it.
Rylan's been vocal last week when he was doing his interview, saying he will stop you. He's confident he can knock you out. Just want you to get your thoughts on what he had to say last week.
He can say what he wants. That's what he does with every single fighter. He's done that with Luke Willis. He beat him as well, but Luke Willis beat him comfortably. But obviously he says that about everyone. He goes, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But when he get in that ring, we see who does what. So
You say we'll see who does what. Obviously with Rylan we know what to expect. He will come forwards, he's non-stop until if the point comes where you are able to hurt him and potentially do your own damage. What does this say about you for this stage of your career? What do you feel you will learn from Saturday night?
From this Sunday night,
Sunday night, yeah, Sunday, yeah.
It's a bit confusing, yeah. This Sunday night, obviously what I will learn is that, obviously, I've got a guy coming right at me, He's obviously he can hit as well. He's a heavy-handed guy, but you guys will see for myself that gotta stay patient, calm, confident, stay in that center, beat him to every single punch, and then I know for a fact, this is gonna be a proper displayed masterclass. I know for a fact what I'm gonna be doing.
One thing people have wanted to see from yourself now is because it hasn't happened yet. He's taken a punch on your chin. That's the one thing people have question marks over for yourself. Is that something which excites you now? Because, listen, Rylan might not land on you either, but he's somebody who will continue to try and come forward, as we've said.
Yeah, do you know what? Everyone gets hit at boxing. Like, every part of your career, there's some point that you're going to have to take a shot anyways. It happens with everyone, Like, even look at Floyd Mayweather against Shane Mosley. He got hit in his first time. Look how he handled it, You got a lot of fighters that they're going to have to get hit one day, And you know what? I'm ready, I know for a fact how to handle it. It all comes when you're in the fight. How you adapt to it. I can adapt to any style. I can adapt to any period of time in the ring. So I know what I'll be doing in that day.
I thought that was a fire alarm, man. You know what you will be doing, Adam. But with that in mind, what does happen when you step between the ropes on Saturday? Sunday night. I keep Sunday, mate. It's confusing because there's loads of shows on over weekends on. But Sunday, what happens when you do step between the ropes?
When I get in the ring, it's going to be a pure masterclass, as I said, and you guys will see just a pure technician what I'm going to be doing. You guys will see the best, a lot more of me. When I go through the rounds, you guys are like, wow, this guy, he's the real deal.
You've said previously you have no reason as to why you can't believe you can be a world champion by the time you turn 21. So with that in mind, you look towards next year. Sunday goes to plan. How do you expect to move throughout 2023?
So obviously, we've obviously signed a long-term deal with Sky and Boxer. So I'm honoured, to be, signed to them as well. And now, we're locked in, and now we can get as many fights as we can. Obviously, I'm going to have another 5 more fights next year. So I think this Sunday, after this fight, I'm having 2 weeks off because obviously I think I need a break because I've already had 5 fights this year.
2 weeks off, so you're coming back before Christmas?
Yeah. 2 weeks straight back. Maybe there might be a little bit more, couple of days off another because obviously Christmas period, everyone needs to enjoy themselves. But obviously, I will be fighting probably like after this fight, probably like 3 months afterwards or two, just before Ramadan, which is in March or April time. But yeah, we've got eyes set on the prize for next year. But obviously this Sunday I've got to get the job done first. So.
I know you won't want to look beyond Sunday, but with that in mind, a couple of weeks ago, a name which has been linked to yours recently, Dalton Smith. He was successful in Manchester against Kaisee Benjamin. Firstly, Adam, what did you make of his fight and his performance against Kaisee?
You know what? I think Dalton I think he done well. Because obviously Kaisee Benjamin's a very awkward fighter. As he said in the interview that he's an awkward fighter. But I know that Dalton had that chest infection. That does affect you when you're fighting. So obviously, I can tell Dalton was just a bit off because of he had a chest infection. But I thought he done well. It was a good. It was more of a technical fight. It wasn't more of a rugged fight where it was just them two going to war. It was more of a technical fight. But it was good because a lot of boxers that understand why it was a good technical fight. I think non-boxing fans were probably not like, oh, it wasn't an exciting fight, but in our eyes, it was a good fight. So,
his name being linked with yours, as I say, Adam, is it a fight you think will happen 100% down the line?
You know what? So we both got different pathways so far. I've still got a lot to prove, and he has a lot to prove. Obviously that fight comes down the line. It'll be a good fight, but obviously the time's not there yet. So obviously I know Dalton very well as well. So, but we get that fight. It'll be a good fight. Down the line. But obviously we both got a road to journeys different. Different journeys we got. So obviously if that fight comes, it will come. But obviously it's not the right time now.
I think most people would agree with you on that. They wouldn't want to see it just yet because there's a lot of potential you both have to go a lot further along with your careers. Dalton is now a free agent, so you never know where on a promotional stance he might turn with Sky and box, or he may stay with Eddie and Matchroom. But down the line, at what point do you think would be the right moment for you to potentially share the ring?
Do you know what? It's whether obviously when we get to the world title levels, if it's like when that world stage comes out, we've got all the titles domestically, and now it's the world stage, and obviously the last person is there to fight. You have to fight. It's probably like an eliminator or something. Well, probably down the line, like a couple of years time, we don't know. So wherever God wills. I
was interested by this. I'm going to ask you, and I asked Dalton this question as well. Sonny Edwards spent some time sparring Galal Yafai. Now, that's obviously been a fight which has been spoken about recently, could happen at some point. Because you and Dalton are at similar and early stages of your career, do you think at any point would you be willing to share rounds with Dalton in sparring, knowing maybe in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, you could end up fighting each other?
Yeah, do you know what? If he needs any help for sparring, I'm always available. It's like he'd do the same favour for me as well. Obviously he came down to spar Luke Campbell, and we had a good chat. We've actually helped Luke Campbell for the fight against Ryan Garcia. But yeah, he's obviously if he needs any help with sparring, I'm happy to help. But he's good. He's a good lad, and he's doing well. So.
You mentioned Ryan Garcia there. A fight between him and Gervonta Davis has been agreed for next year. Which way do you sway?
I'm going for Gervonta. He can hit hard, like massively hard. He's such a short guy, but he can hit really hard. Very explosive. I'm seeing the videos he's doing. He can jump really high. He's doing the hill works. Like the way he sprints is mad. But yeah, I'm rooting for Gervonta because I think Gervonta's got the power over him. Ryan Garcia, he can hit as well, but he's got the speed, speed advantage over Gervonta. Gervonta's got power, but Ryan, he's extremely fast. So obviously he's got to be aware of Ryan Garcia's speed. But I think Gervonta will break him down slowly. So.
Adam, also you got your brother Hassan boxing on the same card as you on Sunday. Just get your thoughts onto what to expect from him and how much you feel he's been learning in the gym since his last outing.
Yeah, the last fight he had, it was a good learning fight for Hassan. He went 6 rounds and he got some rounds in, and he knows what it feels like to be in a 6-rounder fight. Obviously, it's good that he's on my undercard. So. And he's obviously my big brother, so it's great to have both of us on the same day, and that's it. Team Azim, we just want to give a great performance out to the crowd and the fans.
One fight which I'm sure you'll also be tuning into, or maybe catching up on during the night on Saturday. This is Prograis-Zepeda, a vacant world title fight. What are your thoughts? It's a terrific fight.
great fight. You know, it's a lightweight, super lightweight division as well. As you can see, you know, with the some of the belts has been vacated. But I think Prograis is. I'm itching towards Prograis because I think Prograis is more classy. I like Prograis as well. So.
Adam, it's obviously a busy time in the gym. You've got like the CBS out on December 17th as well. Just talk to me about how his camp's going along, about midway through now.
Yeah. Midway through, I've seen Chris spar. He's been sparring unbelievable, training really hard. You know, me and Chris, we've been training along each other for this past couple of months because obviously we haven't got our fight dates, and then us two, when we got our fight date, you know, we've been training really hard together. And yeah, you know, it's good to have Chris in the gym. You know, I'm such a role model to us, me and Hassan, and yeah, he's world class.
Right, Adam, I know that time's kind of ticking on now. Your family have waited for you to finish this interview as well, so I'm going to leave you to go off and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for speaking to me in ID Boxing.
Thank you very much.